Gotta say hi to the peeps. Yo, what's going on everybody? NCR here back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be responding to a lot of your questions based around how to balance social life, gaming, and school all at the exact same time. I'm someone who would say does this very, very well, so enjoy this video. Alrighty, so we're going to kind of start off here with just like the big questions you should be asking yourselves when it comes to gaming. Because I know a lot of you out there in the gaming community find it very difficult to find a lot of motivation in the stuff that you're doing, whether it's content creation, competitive, streaming in general. There's a lot of rough patches when it comes to gaming, and there's a lot of moments, like myself included, where you just feel really down on motivation. You don't feel like you have what it takes to continue what you're doing. So definitely one of the biggest things you should be asking yourself before you really jump into a full mindset of content creation and streaming or competitive gaming is, are you actually interested in what you're doing? Do you see yourself doing this as a hobby, or are you someone who really wants to pursue this as a passion? Do you want to do content creation, streaming, and gaming full time? Because that's a question I myself have asked myself many times, and as you, as gamers, should be asking yourselves the exact same thing. One of the biggest misunderstandings when it comes to gaming and streaming is that it's very easy to grow online. It's super easy to grow a fan base because everybody's attached to their iPhones. And I think about all of us know that it's really not that easy to grow on any platform in general, because you've got to be unique. Due to having so many users online in general, it's extremely difficult to grow for one specific reason. So you've got to be like extremely unique if you're trying to be someone who's going to separate themselves from 90% of the gaming population. And so when that comes into play with whether or not you do see yourself doing this full time, it's a question of, do you see yourself doing what you want to do, or what are you doing at the moment? Do you have something unique that would separate you from others, or are you going to be someone who's going to be creating content creation just because you feel like you should for what you're doing, but not really enjoying what you're doing? Because the biggest thing is that if you want to grow, if you're into your content, if you're liking the videos and the streams that you're producing for your fans, that's how you're going to be most intrigued to want to continue gaming in general. I know I got a little bit sidetracked there, but I want to head back to the main point of this entire video of how to balance social life, gaming, and school at the exact same time, side by side. And I'm going to start off by saying that I currently am a senior in high school taking all college classes. School statistics I responded in my previous video, so be sure to go check that out if you're interested in seeing that. But myself included, I'm just going to give some of my general big tips that I felt helped me out a lot when it came to gaming and social life as someone who's extremely extroverted. And on top of that, I'll also be talking about introverts as well and how to manage that, because I know that there's a big difference between extroverts and introverts. So let's get started. So one of the biggest things you should be asking yourself when you're trying to balance the three hand in hand is whether or not you're really enjoying gaming. I know it's kind of a big question to be asking because you're probably gaming at the moment knowing you love it, but I'm just asking this question for those of you out there who may be kind of 50-50 on whether or not you really do enjoy gaming, or you're just gaming because you feel like it's a good way to waste time, or a good way for you just to kind of get your head off of things. And I know it seems like a very deep question to be asking right at the start of this video, but it's genuinely something that's going to tie in much greater into the rest of this video. And so those of you watching the video currently is, do you really see yourself enjoying gaming? Like, are you gaming for pleasure, or are you just gaming to waste time because you want to procrastinate on homework, or because you just don't want to see people because you just want to be by yourself? I would highly recommend asking that question to yourself when you're starting off with gaming, and especially for those of you high school students, because I know for middle school it's a lot easier to manage the three extracurriculars on top of school, on top of gaming, on top of all the above. So those are my high school students out there. I'm going to definitely separate you all, because I myself am a high school student and I have a lot of major tips that help me out. And I'm going to start off with the biggest tip of really understanding what you're doing with gaming. Is that something you enjoy? Because although gaming may seem enjoyable at the moment, I want you to realize is if it's something that you enjoy doing at the moment, in no way am I saying stop it. I'm just saying you may want to limit it a little bit more. Because although gaming is really enjoyable, if you're not enjoying like content that you're producing, if you're not getting something out of gaming and just kind of gaming to game, there's a lot of waste time and a lot of waste potential that you could be forwarding energy towards, let's say, school, or let's say sports. Because school and sports are something that are going to carry you more long term than gaming, unless you're somebody that's really motivated and extremely passionate about wanting to grow your content creation and your own brand. So without a doubt, ask yourself, is gaming something that you feel like you're wasting time on? And if you feel like you're wasting time on gaming, see as to why. Like, are you someone who considers themselves a procrastinator with school activities or after school sports? because gaming is going to be that one thing that's going to drain a lot of time. And it's gaming as well, especially I'm someone who's experienced this many times. You hop on the game for a few minutes, even if you say you're going to hop on a game for 15 minutes, it ends up being far more than 15 minutes, an hour to several hours. And for some of my friends and myself in the past included, it's been hours of just gaming with no direct output. So to kind of summarize tip 1 here, the biggest thing I'm saying is realize what you're doing with gaming. Do you feel like you're wasting time on gaming? And if you feel like you're wasting time on gaming, see how you can transfer all that excess time you're using on gaming into school, into after school activities, because those are things that are going to take you a lot more long term in life. That's going to help you find jobs. That's going to help you start creating a career, reaching goals, and also creating a stable profit and income for yourself, setting yourself up for the future. And on top of that, with like if you're reducing the amount of gaming, even though it may seem kind of difficult for a lot of you to understand the concept of removing gaming, not entirely removing gaming, but limiting gaming in your lives, this is going to allow for a lot more time to introduce new hobbies. So let's say you're a competitive gamer and you're realizing that competitive is very draining, and every time you're gaming you feel demotivated, you feel like you're not getting anything out of it. The biggest thing I would say for all of you is transfer that extra time. Limit the gaming, and just try it out for about a week or 2. Limit the gaming and focus that on hobbies, whether it's graphic design, going outside, spending more time at the track, going on a morning run, doing a workout, starting to produce a YouTube video if you want to start content creation, or even like linking up with a friend. That's the number one thing, is save time. Save that time and excess energy used for competitive gaming that you're not enjoying to find more things out about yourself and things that you may enjoy. As a student who succeeded a lot during my high school years, I have an average 4.3 GPA with an all-time high GPA 4.6 junior year. The biggest thing that I felt helped me out a lot as a professional gamer and as a content creator was utilizing my most productive time periods. This is going to sound like a mouthful at the moment, but I'm just going to break this apart to make it easier to understand. And it's that every human being, it doesn't matter who you are, how much you like to game, or how little sleep you're having, we all have productive moments during a day. Myself included, right as I wake up, for about 3 to 4 hours right as I wake up is when I'm in my prime productive zone. That's when I feel like right as I get up, that I just feel like I'm most awake. For a lot of you gamers out there, when you're just waking up, it's always hopping on the computer to check out your game or to see who's online. And that's something that we've all ingrained in our brains. And especially my freshman and sophomore year of high school, that's something I did excessively. Is the second I'd wake up, I'd either eat breakfast or I would hop directly on the game. That's already creating a routine in your head that you're just going to instantly wake up and get on the game. And so you're going to be reducing that amount of productive time that you're having right as you wake up. And so the biggest tip I can give you all, and it's going to sound like a struggle, and it's going to be a struggle at first because you're basically breaking a daily routine, is right as you wake up, or just notice when you're most productive, make sure you're utilizing that time, and right as you feel like you're productive, doing homework, doing work, staying on top of your work, because the second you fall behind on your work, you're going to hop on the game. You're going to want to completely just forget about everything that's going on. You're going to want to hop on the game because having fun with your friends is better than doing those 3 homework assignments you missed from last week. And I know this just sounds like the harsh reality of it, but this is the reality of this situation here. And I want you all to connect it towards your own lives. But right as you're in your most productive zone, get your work done. Whether it's makeup work, set a timer. Biggest thing, try not to get on the game. If you have any other devices, a laptop that doesn't have games, hop on a laptop. Just completely seclude yourself, isolate yourself from the game entirely, because that's going to help you be your most productive. That's when you're going to get the most amount of work and you're going to feel good. And that's something that I started doing, especially at the end of my sophomore year, was I would hop directly on my computer at the beginning of the morning and get as much work as I could done first. Right after I got that work done is when I'd reward myself by hopping on the game. It's something that's going to be really, really difficult, but I recommend everybody watching this video currently make sure you try that out. I cannot stress that enough. If you want to really create a really great balance between social life, gaming, and school, wake up, get productive activities. So it's going to sound like a lot right now to take in, but I want all of you to do that, because in the morning, you never hang out with your friends in the morning. So this is going to tie directly into how you can balance social life and put in social life in this entire mix. And so for tying that back into the entire mix of how you can balance the 3 things, if you're getting your work done first, which I highly recommend all of you do your work first before you even open up a game. And it's going to be hard because you're going to want to open up a game. And even if you have a game running in the background, you're going to do work and then you're going to hop directly on the game. Then you're going to continue to do work and you're going to hop on the game for even longer. That's just how it goes. I've been in that exact same situation as well. So make sure, number one thing, getting your work done first. That's my biggest tip to all of you watching this video currently. Get your work done first. Just get it done. It's gonna be a struggle, get it done. Through that, you're gonna have more free time for gaming. Whether that means you're in person school or online, you'll have time for gaming because you have your work done. After you get your work done as well, this is gonna tie directly into how you can balance social life. See about hanging out with friends, if your friends are even available to hang out, because a lot of the times during weekdays, you don't have a lot of time to hang out with friends. But the thing is, if you're getting your work done and you're staying on top of it, you're gonna have more time to hang out with friends. You're gonna have more time to game if you're really interested in gaming. For those of you who aren't really big gamers but feel like gaming has some type of toll on your daily life and daily routine, is you're gonna have a lot more free time to spend with friends. And I'm about to explain a few big tips on how to just decipher whether or not social life or like hanging out with friends is bigger than a tournament. All right, so talking about social life now, how to balance social life into this entire mix here. The biggest thing I can tell you all is stay on top of it. The second you're staying on top of it, you're allowing yourself to have a lot more free time to spend with friends, and on top of that, to even play tournaments, you competitive gamers out there. So yeah, getting your work done first is gonna allow you to hang out with friends, but let's say you're the type of person who's more introverted, which is completely normal. If you're someone who's more introverted and you don't really want to hang out with friends, or let's say you kind of want to hang out with friends but you're just not really feeling it, and let's say for those of you competitive gamers out there, let's say you've got a big tournament coming up or you've got a chance to go to the beach with your friends. Think about the situation, do minimal evaluation. Is this tournament something you're feeling prepared for? Do you feel like you could place and make money in this tournament? Or is this tournament just going to hurt your mental strength? Is it angry? Is it going to make you more demotivated? Or is this tournament something you feel extremely prepared for, something that you know you're going to make money in, you've been practicing for it, then play the tournament. But if you're just like the previous situation I just brought up, that you feel like you're going to be demotivated, unprepared, and absolutely just going to be extremely angry from playing the tournament, hang out with your friends. Hanging out with your friends is going to allow you to clear up your mind, and with a clear mind, you're going to be gaming better. And on top of that, with a clear mind, you're going to play a lot better on top of being very, very productive. So trust me on that one, that's my biggest tip. So yeah, just summarizing everything I said about social life is really decide whether or not hanging out with your friends is going to be more beneficial and it's going to have a healthier impact on your life than a tournament. It sounds like a big thing, but I'm telling you, I've been using this strategy since the beginning of sophomore year, and it just makes you far happier. When you're spending time with friends, you become a lot more relaxed, and with this relaxed mind, you feel more motivated when it comes to anything you're doing. You feel more productive, you just feel happier, you spread positivity, which is a huge thing, because when you're happy, you're gonna make other people around you happy. You're just gonna be more productive with content, more productive at school, after school activities, have more energy, which is a big thing, because I know a lot of us gamers definitely are not sleeping early at all, and usually sleeping within 2 to 3 a.m., and for some of us, even later. And that alone is having a huge toll on most of us. And so yeah, when it comes to balancing social life, decide whether or not a tournament is worth it, or if hanging out with your friends is going to make you feel better. Because I'm telling you all right now, if you could decide between the two and there's one that you want to do more, just make the decision, but make sure it's the right decision for you. So this is basically part 1 of the video so far. I'm just going to kind of end the video off here by summarizing the 3 tips in general. Number 1, the biggest tip being, when it comes to gaming, make sure you're gaming for a purpose. Don't just game because you feel like you want to waste time. And if you feel like you're wasting time on gaming, or you're gaming just so you can not do something or procrastinate on, let's say, homework, make sure to just limit that gaming and spend more time on hobbies. So tying into school, limiting gaming is going to allow you more time to find your productive zone and get more work done, which is a huge thing. And I know all of us want to get our homework done so we don't need to stress about it. Being more productive and not having to be falling behind on homework, that's going to allow you to have a lot more free time with friends. So you can see how each of these are tying hand in hand together. And so basically, just ending off the video, make sure you follow these tips. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure you smash the subscribe button and hit the like button for more videos like this. And other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Stay hydrated.